I rise to nominate the Assemblywoman from San Diego, Marie Waldron, to be the next Speaker of the California State Assembly. Regardless of party affiliation, ideological leaning, or interest group attachments, I'd urge you to support the Assemblywoman for a simple reason. She actually wanted to work this year. She actually believed we should have a legislative branch. At a time of exceptional challenges for state government, she thought that as state lawmakers, we should be expected to govern. Many of us felt the same way. We called on the legislature's leaders to take the COVID-19 crisis seriously. And the legislature did take it seriously for itself. The Capitol was shut down for months. Strict protocols were followed. Almost all committees and floor sessions were canceled. We're in a basketball arena. Legislators did everything humanly possible to protect themselves while leaving the people of California bereft of the fundamental protections that representative government is supposed to provide. As grocery clerks, construction workers, child care providers, and millions of other Californians kept doing these essential jobs, legislators refused to do theirs. Our institution vanished, deeming itself inessential. We sat back and watched as Governor Gavin Newsom seized legislative power for himself, falsely claiming that a state of emergency, no matter how long it lasts, transforms California into an autocracy and, quote, centralizes the state's powers in his hands. Imagine if we had done things differently. If we had earned our paychecks. If we had stood our ground. If we had defended our Constitution. If we had rolled up our sleeves and met the challenges of this year head on. We could have built up our hospital capacity, supported our healthcare workers, and protected the vulnerable. We could have averted the EDD train wreck that has kept food off the table of millions. From the beginning, we could have insisted on data and evidence, focused on what actually makes a difference, and avoided the never-ending know-nothing nightmare of colors and tiers, curfews and lockdowns, attestations and emergency breaks. We could have said, if you're going to keep millions of kids out of school, widening achievement gaps, stunting development, damaging mental health, concealing abuse, diminishing life prospects, shortening life expectancy, you better have a darn good reason for it. We could have managed our state's response together, as one people, with a shared fate, instead of reverting to a pre-modern separation of the ruler and the ruled. When I addressed this assembly on March 16th, I said the partisan rituals of ordinary politics have no place in these extraordinary times. I called then on every legislator and every Californian, regardless of political preference, to, quote, trust in Governor Newsom's leadership and listen to his guidance. Gavin Newsom made a mockery of that trust. Within weeks, Governor Newsom hid from the legislature a $1 billion no-bid contract with a political ally, outsourced the most important decisions to powerful special interests, and started talking about the coronavirus as an opportunity for a new progressive era, an opportunity to reshape the way we do business and how we govern. But as this legislature watched, the outcomes have been anything but progressive. Our economy is doing about the worst in the country. Our kids in poor communities are faring worst of all. Our public health performance is middling. With the basic pillars of liberal democracy dismantled, our body politic is disenfranchised and divided. Even the high priest of data analysis, Nate Silver, just referred to the, quote, irrational and not very science-driven regime of COVID policies in California. The fact is, our governor has lost all credibility with the public. And whatever the shortcomings of this legislature, in this moment we have one inherent advantage. We are not Gavin Newsom.
Mr. Kiley, your time is almost
We need
up.
to
30
take back the
seconds.
baton that never should have been handed off in the first place, and work together to rebuild trust and forge a better path forward. And that's why I nominate the Assemblywoman from San Diego, Marie Waldron, who I know is prepared to get working for the people of California.